Good morning, Xenoverse. It's your boy SSG Coop. Welcome back to another video on the channel here today. Today's video is going to be our NXT Halloween Havoc 2025 pay-per-view predictions. Now, we just got done literally just watching the episode this morning before we had to dip out and make our money moves. We got 6 matches on this card, and I'll be honest, this go home show really felt like a decent go home show. It was solid. The crowd was nice. There's some stuff that happened on this show that I'm like, okay, y'all planning some shit. Bet. So we're gonna start from like the build-ups to the things that aren't on the show, but like especially that NXT holds their women's division in high regards, and that is their bread and butter. So it was a lot of women's segments on this show, and most of them was just like, damn, literally following up. Number one, how the NXT women's locker room have excommunicated Kaylani Jordan out of it, throwing all her shit out, all kind of shit. Like, damn, they really treating her as you are a traitor. But they didn't do that to JC Jane, because she even explained that I still represented NXT and all this stuff. But that's good. I like to see where that is going. Another thing, the new WWE Evolve Women's Champion, Kendall Gray, got into, I guess, is going to be having a little program with Lash Legend. And we all know if this for the title, Lash Legend's not winning that title. She don't need to be at WWE Evolve. So I don't know. Maybe it just gives her something to do big and let her get on television. Try to get a little bit more notoriety to the Speed Women's title. It depends. But this Halloween Havoc show actually turns out to be pretty solid, and I'm kind of digging some of the stipulations for this match. Who knows what kind of weird shit we gonna see in this. I actually thought they were gonna add like the trick or street fight stipulation to JC and Tatum, but I guess that's not gonna happen. And that's another thing I was looking at in story-wise, how over Tatum Paxley is, just because we know what she was and where she came from, and how she had to survive the excursion of her friends being fired and stuff like that, and she couldn't find her way, but she somehow found her way to the NXT Women's Championship, despite the fact she just vied for the North American title, where she was defeated by Soruka. But they're putting a lot more stock into her, into Izzy Dame, and if you pay attention to that little piece of detail, you gotta remember Izzy Dame flipped on the Tony D'Angelo family, on the D'Angelo family for the culling. What makes you think this bitch won't turn against Paxley because she believes she's taking opportunities from her? But anyway, though, we finna run down this card, let y'all know what's gonna happen, what we think is gonna happen, and let's see what's gonna probably be match of the night. So we're gonna start off with I'm not doing this in any type of order. We got La Parka and Mr. Iguana taking on Team YN. The YNs of the wrestling world. Javon Evans, the young OG, and the youngest in charge, Leon Slater. This is going to be a fun match because the overall antics that are going to happen, as far as you got 2 luchadors in here, and these 2 flying YNs that do just some immaculate shit, like Leon Slater doing a swanton for a 50 is fucking awesome. That shit looks so raw. It's a thing of beauty. Just imagine whether this match is going to be chaotic. Now, I don't expect it to steal the show, but I'm definitely hoping they will get a sequential of enough time to where I give it a solid rating based off of what those 4 men do in that ring. And I know that's just for fun. That's just something the throw in the car really has no build to it. It's just that, hey, they want to be a Halloween Havoc. They want to be a Halloween Havoc. Hey, let's do this. Next, we have the NXT Championship. Matt and Jeff, the Hardys, defend against Dark State in a Broken Rules match. I'm excited to see this one because I've always loved the Broken Universe, and I found that shit cringely hilarious. So I was like, I'm hoping that this takes place at the fucking Hardy compound and they do that whole type of gimmick match. Even though I'm like, the numbers game is going, because it's 4 of them and 2 Hardys. Who knows if if the Hardys can survive a 2-on-4 onslaught, even with the gimmicks that's going to be at their house, Senor Benjamin, Skarsgård, the dilapidated boat, Rebby, we've seen all the kids in the promo. It could be fun. I just want to see it and see how funny it's gonna be. That's the entertaining part of the match. I'm not looking for something blow away in ring wise. I'm looking for some hilarious shit to laugh at. That's gonna make this show even better. I'm going with the Hardys to retain. Just because y'all put all this evidence showing them that they carrying around 3 sets of tag team titles. In addition to the NXT Championship, they are carrying the TNA World Tag Team Championship and the House of Glory World Tag Team Championship. And the fact that they dipped themselves into the motherfucking lake of reincarnation to reenact the broken versions of themselves. Is Jeff Hardy going to show up as Willow in this one? There's a lot of stuff to answer in this question. But I'm going to go with the Hardys to retain. I really don't think if Dark Stage wins because of the outnumber game, and they're going to beat the Hardys down. That's the only way I see them winning. Next, we have, what we got next? What we going to start with next? We're going to go with the North American title. Ethan Page defends against Dr. El Hijo Wagner Jr., former GHC world champion, former GHC heavyweight champion, in a Day of the Dead match. Now, I'm thinking this is the match that I'm expecting it to be. I'm expecting it to be the trick-or-treat match, or I just know this match, this is another match where I'm looking for pure entertainment-wise instead of in-ring-wise. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, Wagner Jr. is fucking fantastic. Probably one of the best luchadors on the planet. But Ethan Page is not finna drop this title. He ain't finna drop this title. His character work with the title makes it that much better. I love Ethan Page with the North American title, and I wish they kept him paired up with Chelsea Green and the Secret Harvest, and they need to put the women's U.S. title back on Chelsea Green to make this gimmick just ultimate. That fucking gimmick with them together would be excellent. It just makes sense. It'd be excellent. But Ethan Page is going to get the win. He's going to retain. This match should be fun. It's going to have a whole bunch of weird shit in it. And that's the main thing that I'm going to be looking for, is the weirdness of the match. Next, we're going to stick on the North American tip. Next, we were supposed to have Sol Ruka defending the NXT Women's North American Championship against Blake Monroe. Now, apparently, Sol Ruka got injured on SmackDown during the Tag Team Championship match against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, to where she's not clear to compete or defend the title. Meaning, when something has to be like that, they don't know how long the injury may be, and normally, strip the person of the title due to the injury, but I guess not. So in this, now here's the attention to detail that I like. I was actually going to do a video about this, but I can speak on this right now. Zarya. I like Zarya. She's got the look, she's got the entrance, the aura, the ambience, the powerhouse. I personally do not like the way they have booked Zarya to be Sol Ruka's sidekick. Her teaming up with Sol Ruka, it was cute for a time being, her humanizing her and stuff like that, and they're inseparable. But we need the Zarya that's a killer. We need Zarya that's going to be a killer. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting up to the opportunity where Zarya finally turns on Sol Ruka and say, "You've been holding me back. I'm a killer," and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here watching your success when I haven't gotten none myself, and I've been here for almost a year. She came in around the same time as Julia and Stephanie Vacker has done, and look what they've done. Both of them have held the NXT Women's Championships and currently are her main roster goal. What's the deal with Zarya? So Sol Ruka gave Zarya permission to defend the North American title against Blake Monroe. Now the thing is, what if she fails? What if she gets undermined and Blake Monroe wins and steals away the North American title based off the decision that Sol Ruka made? That's what's intriguing about this. She used a fucking hair pick to beat Zarya in a singles match last week. So you know she's gonna be up to some dirty-minded shit, because she sure want the title. So just go ahead and pass that on to me, since I'm the #1 contenders anyway. It's a lot of intrigue in the story that can happen at this Halloween Havoc show that really is making me dig it. Okay, next we have the NXT Women's Championship. Tatum Paxley and JC Jane. You just heard me speak about this before. How Tatum's really over with the fans. How JC Jane is still the beatable champion. But now they got a whole new factor. And then they got Lainey Reed has now replaced Jasmine Nix as a new member of Fatal Influence. So they're always gonna pay a major pro. Like I said, I was expecting this match to go and have one of those Halloween gimmicks, but I guess it's a no, because it just goes with the Tatum Paxley doll kind of gimmick. But I guess it's gonna be just a normal singles match. I'm not expecting much out of this match. I like Tatum Paxley; she's very serviceable in the ring. I actually think she's more serviceable than JC Jane. But in the end, JC Jane is gonna retain this title. Who she drops this title to, I still don't know. We still don't have a clue. And I'm like, JC Jane is beatable. She's not this strong champion that everybody before her was. She's not a Roxanne Perez. She's not a Julia. She's not a Stephanie Vacker. I was still kind of shocked about that. That's one of the biggest shockers of the year. But JC Jane is going to retain in a very game Tatum Paxley. And like I said, what if Izzy turns? Izzy is also a main factor in this storyline, because I can see the jealousy of that Izzy would have over her. Look how many opportunities Tatum got, and Izzy ain't getting shit since she's joined the Cullen. So that's a thing that's going to play into factors of this match. But JC Jane retains. Simple as that. Last but not least, we got the NXT Championship. Trick Williams challenges Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship. I actually liked the promo that they had earlier at the end of the show. How Ricky just snapped. He said, niggas like you couldn't even survive the Indies. You don't know what he been through. Nigga, you would have folded. I'm glad there wasn't an AEW reference on there. You know, I thought that would have been a nice little jab if they did do that, but they didn't do that. Man, I personally think there's nothing more Trick Williams can do in NXT. It's nothing more this man can do. Ricky Saints retains, and he goes on to bigger and better things, being the face of NXT. About the same thing y'all doing with Obafemi, keeping off television. Him probably waiting for them to show up on the main roster. It's time for Trick Williams to go on the main roster. I will put him on Raw. I will put him whatever Carmelo is not. Because, you know, they need to establish them. Trick Williams is his own man. He don't even really need to be paired back up with Carmelo Hayes, unless y'all do that to just try to bolster them up. But they haven't really done a good job doing that with Carmelo Hayes. So, but we will see. Overall, this is going to be a really fun show. With some plot twists in it and some crazy gimmicks. I'm looking for some damn good entertainment. I will be watching that live. I'm gonna see if I can do a live watch along with it, and y'all can sit there and join me and tell me what you think of the show and stuff like that. But anyway, I thank y'all for watching this video. If you like this video, go ahead, give this a like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments below on who you think is gonna win the NXT. Who's gonna be victorious at NXT Halloween Havoc. And I'm going to get at y'all later. Once again, thanks for watching. God bless all of you. Peace.